Hello, everybody. How are you? I hope everybody's doing well. For those who don't know me, my name is Imari Ventura Rochez. I'm state licensed speech language pathologist. I'm also an educational administrator, and I'm a special needs parent coach, if you didn't know. And this is an unusual day. Um, I've already done for the month of July a Facebook chat with you guys. It wasn't live, it was pre-recorded, and I usually only do one a month. But for the month of July, I'm offering bonus content because it is the summertime. I want to stay connected, I want to stay engaged with everybody, and I have some valuable points to bring to you. So, with for no further more ado, I'm going to start. We are talking about a 10-month versus a 12-month IEP. Okay, a 10-month versus a 12-month IEP. I know many of the moms in the special needs supermoms group have kiddos who have an IEP. If you're watching this on YouTube and you're a caregiver with an IEP, drop your favorite emoji or say yes, me, because there's a lot to learn about what the difference is. So let me tell you something. As an administrator, I have parents asking me like closer and closer to the summertime, please extend my child for 12 months. I want 12 months, right? And so this may be the type of request that you need to make, but you like for next year, but you just might not know why to make it. So my hope is that after this discussion, you know a little bit more about why and when to request a 12-month IEP. Okay, so let's talk about it. Um, a 10-month versus a 12-month IEP. And if you see me glance to the side, I'm just looking at my notes. Okay, so the length of service year. Let's talk about what the difference is. A 12-month IEP provides services year round, including the summer session or the extended school year, right? They're kind of used interchangeably, summer session and extended school year. It refers to summer break, the time when most kids are off, general education sessions are out, and kids with IEPs with 12-month recommendations are staying in, okay? I don't know about every state. Every state does things a little bit differently. But for the state that I come from, New York, it's typically right after the 4th of July, session starts, and then um, the middle of August, there's a break, right? And the last 2 weeks in August are like there's nothing happening. It's considered 12 months. Length of service for a 10-month IEP runs from September to June, and that's what it is in New York. In your state, school might start in August and finish in May. It's 10 months, like a solid 10 months with a summer break. And so there's no services during summer unless separately approved, right? So some kiddos with simple needs, less complicated recommendations. Maybe they just get speech therapy or they just get OT. They would have a 10-month IEP. And if for any reason goals are not being mastered, goals are not attained, there's no progress, you can separately ask for an extended school year, like just a little bit more time over the summer. Okay. I want to let you know that in most districts, asking for an approved extended school year is different from compensatory services. Compensatory services means for whatever reason, your child didn't get their specialized services, could be therapist was on maternity leave, could be your child was chronically sick, absent, whatever, and you're asking to make up at some other time in the year. Okay, so that's the difference between 10 and 12 months as it pertains to the length of service. Let's talk about eligibility requirements because that's the big question most often. So for a 12-month IEP, there are specific requirements that have to be met. And the main thing is that children with really, moderate to severe special needs, they just need more time. They need more time for more specialized instruction. They need more repetition. They need just more time in the classroom and getting their therapies. And so without it, they would really get off track and it would really be very difficult to get back into alignment. So for a 12-month, there's usually a risk of significant regression during long breaks. Okay. If you didn't download the June digital download, reverse the summer slide, you should get that. The fact about it is that all kids slide, right? There's a normal risk of regression for kids when they're outside of school. For kiddos with special needs, there's even more, right, of a risk and more difficult to get back on track once school is in session. So those are the eligibility requirements for a 12-month IEP. Let's talk about 10-month. In a 10-month IEP, there really are no requirements or additional eligibility factors. So 10-month is like standard, right? Come in the fall or the late summer and then finish by spring. That's typical, regular school year. Okay. So 12 months, I want you to take away from this, are not automatic for everybody. There must be a demonstrated educational need. Okay. Good. Okay. 12-month versus a 10-month IEP in terms of goal monitoring and goal implementation. So for a 12-month IEP means that goals and services continue through the summer, reducing learning gaps and regression. Okay. The goals are implemented, just continued, really continued, and progress is monitored. Whereas in a 10-month IEP, the child may require reteaching or catching up when school resumes in the fall. I know when I was a therapist in the school, I always started out the school year with baseline assessments. I remember there was a period where I would help the classroom teacher. I would push in during this special initiative, and we would do all baseline testing, phonemic inventory for kindergarten and first graders. Like it's like restarting all over again. There's a lot of reteaching to catch up and reverse that summer slide. Kids with fragile progress can lose skills without the extra support that a 12-month program provides, right? So if your child is really prone to forgetting, what they've learned, and if even that's been identified, I think it's a really good point to make during an IEP meeting. My child has really bad auditory memory. They really can't remember what they learned. That is justification enough to ask for a 12-month IEP. Okay, to advocate for it. Number 4, parent planning and childcare. A 12-month IEP helps parents with predictable routines and structured summer support, right? Because essentially the school year is just continuing. And, unless you're a parent who's a teacher, you're probably working over the summer. So that 12-month IEP really helps parents who are working over the summer with a full day of structured support. Whereas in a 10-month IEP often leaves family to arrange private services or camp or in-home support over the summer, right? So this can make a big difference in managing behaviors, routine, skill building. You know, Lots of parents just boggle their minds in the spring trying to figure out summer plans. If their kids don't have a 12-month IEP, it really does have a big impact on the family. Okay, last point that I want to talk about in this extra bonus session, the service intensity and format. So in a 12-month IEP, there are usually shorter duration, like could be half a day. Like I told you, where I'm familiar with, it's 6 weeks, right? Not the entire 8 weeks of July and August, but 6. Um, but still target critical skills, right? So oftentimes in the summer, their sessions are still going. They're just like a little lighter. I know some specialized schools that really just run the same. Their summer session is as long and as intense as the regular school year. And in a 10-month, services follow regular school day and scheduling, including all related services, right? So a 10-month doesn't have like a lighter period or anything, any half days. It's just business as usual. Summer programs are more focused and condensed, but still important. So they really try to drill. They're rigorous and intense. So that's what I have for you tonight. Not too long, not too drawn out, just food for thought, and some awareness and knowledge to carry into the next school year as you plan and as you make requests. Please do think about asking for a 12-month IEP if you recognize that there's a need based on what I said. If you think your child would benefit from a 12-month IEP, start the conversation early. Again, if you think your child will need a 12-month IEP, start the conversation early with your IEP team, typically around late winter or early spring. I know that I authorize 12 months, like sometime in the spring. And let me know if you have any questions about this, if you want to have a one-to-one or you need any coaching to walk into your next IEP meeting confident, clear, and just ready to advocate for your child the best way that you know how. You guys, it's always a pleasure to be here, to chat, to share, and I can't wait to see you again. Look out for the August month at a glance and put something in the chat. Let me know that you like this. Let me know how your summer's going. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Bye.